have a wonderful playoff against the PGA champion, Jeong, against the Chinese emerging star. Yeah. And it was one of the showcase for future One Asia tournament events.
Of course, Korean professional golf are very important to One Asia. The KGA and the KGT have been strong supporters, and great to be here again at the Kolon Korea Open, one of Asia's most prestigious championships.
Mm-hmm. Well, this is their our 55th years traditional tournament in Asia, and we have a young talent and also older veteran is actually competing here in a wonderful course in Korea, and we are really expecting an exciting event in this week.
One Asia's original goals were to create opportunities for Asian players in the Asia Pacific region. Are you happy with the way that One Asia has developed over the last 4 years?
Yes, and we are actually a little more mature, and also people will understand this One Asia platform, and we are looking for some exciting announcement for sometime next week or next month, and we'll try to add more tournament and with the existing number of tournament.
So we can look forward to, in 2013, a greater number of events on One Asia.
Yes, we could promise, and there is a more exciting tournament will merge with our existing tournament.
Well, Jeong, thank you very much for talking to us. We look forward to the future on One Asia.
Thank you very much. Yeah.
Ryu Ishikawa, yesterday you made a nice charge toward the lead. You have some sort of chance today?
Yeah, hopefully. I hope so. And player who played under, just 2 players. So I have some chance to win the tournament this week, hopefully.
You need a little bit of help from those 2 players. They have to make some mistake, and you have to play well, no doubt.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to make some birdie for the under par. So I'm 3 over right now, and my plan is maybe 2 under on front 9. It's good. So it's gonna big day for me. Yeah.
Next year, your schedule, you play in Japan a lot. Are you playing some tournaments in the US?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna try to play in US early season, maybe January to August or September.
Okay. Yeah. And you feel very strong about your game, the way you're playing at the moment?
Yeah, getting better, my game. So yeah, I play more 7 events in Japan. So yeah, I still keep practice hard. So yeah, that'll be good.
Okay, well, best of luck today and some birdies early on the front 9.
Yeah, thanks, hopefully. Thank you.
Thank you, Ryu.
Thank you.
No, Song-yul, a lovely round of golf yesterday, 68. Very happy with that?
Yeah, pretty good scoring yesterday, and then a lot of good chance, but still little mistake, but still good playing, and then good chance for today.
You've got a good record around this golf course, and you're playing with Yang, who also plays well here. Should be good golf today between the 2 of you?
Pretty fun. We're playing practice this year, practice round always together on the US, and then first time on the playing in tournament, but still very happy. So
this is the first time you've played with Yang in a tournament?
This year.
This year.
Yeah.
Okay. So next year you're going to play a lot more tournaments on the US tour?
I don't think so. Maybe a little less, more than this year.
Okay. Well, we hope you're the best to have around this afternoon. 68 yesterday, maybe a little bit lower today.
Hopefully, I try. But you know, 2 years ago I lose. I start final round about 5 shot lead, but I gotta lose YE. But today also 5 shot behind, so I think good chance for today.
Oh, your thinking will be much better today. I think maybe in the winner's box. Good luck.
Thank you.
Why, Yang, you've played successfully and strongly the last couple of weeks. Are you going back to play the US Tour full time next year?
Yeah, I think so. Our main tour is U.S. tour, and I don't know. I think our first tournament maybe Sony. Think so, and starting in tournament and next year start. Yeah.
How many tournaments do you think you'll have on your schedule for next year in the US?
This year I think 18, 20 tournament this year. Next year I think maybe more than 20. I think 21, 22.
Okay.
Yeah, a little bit more.
And your form has been good. Do you think maybe next year some chance again another major victory?
I don't know, but I try always to competition to playing good, and I hopefully try to next year.
Last week you came from a long way behind to get into a playoff. Any chance today?
I don't know. Today is 5 stroke behind, but I try to more my game and my concentration. I think so. I try. Maybe I don't know. Golf.
Okay, maybe this is the one for you. Best of luck.
Thank you.
And as always, it's a great privilege to have One Asia's Chairman and Commissioner Sang Chun with us to have a chat. And Sang Chun, before we talk about this week and the future for One Asia, we must talk about last week's event, the Nanshan China Masters. What a wonderful event, a great validation for the China Golf Association's commitment to One Asia, and it leaves us much to look forward to.
Okay. This is a Nanshan China Masters, only second years, and we have one of the new modern resort in the China, and we have a wonderful playoff against the PGA champion Jeong against the Chinese emerging star. Yeah. And it was one of the showcase for future One Asia tournament event.
Of course, so Korean professional golf are very important to One Asia. The KGA and the KGT have been strong supporters, and great to be here again at the Kolon Korea Open, one of Asia's most prestigious championships.
Well, this is their our 55th years traditional tournament in Asia, and we have a young talent and also all the veteran is actually competing here in a wonderful course in Korea, and we are really expecting an exciting event in this week.
One Asia's original goals were to create opportunities for Asian players in the Asia Pacific region. Are you happy with the way that One Asia has developed over the last 4 years?
Yes, and we are actually little more mature, and also people will understand this One Asia platform, and we are looking for some exciting announcement for sometime next week or next month, and we'll try to add, no, we'll add more tournament and with the existing uh, number of tournament.
So we can look forward to in 2013 a greater number of events on One Asia.
Yes, we definitely we could promise, and there is a more exciting tournament will merge with our existing tournament.
Well, Seng Chun, thank you very much for talking to us. We look forward to the future on One Asia.
Thank you very much. Yeah.
Yes, mate. Good to go. An exciting final round in progress at the 2012 Kolon Korea Open, the 55th edition of one of Asia's most prestigious national opens. You're watching the highlights. It's another stunning day at Jeong Hills Country Club for the final round of the Kolon Korea Open for 2012. Welcome back to the highlights. Yes, mate. Heading into the closing stages of the final round of the Kolon Korea Open from a challenging Jeong Hills Country Club just south of Seoul, you are watching the highlights. Thanks, mate. Okay, good. Here we go. Oh, ho, ho. It's a high quality field heading into round 4 of the Kolon Korea Open. Let's take a look at the contenders. Ryo Ishikawa, the Japanese superstar, playing fine golf. So what do we got? A bit more there. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 seconds. Okay.
Why Yang in a playoff last week. The form has continued this week. Good solid play. 3 scores around the even par mark, and he's due for a low one today.
The young titan of Korean golf, No Song Yul, coming off. It's really. Is that him? That's still him. Yeah, it is. Okay. Coming off a solid year, No Song Yul. Okay.
And the veteran Choi Ho Song, being in good form, manages his way around this golf course very well. So look for him to feature.
So King Wook Soon, former Asian Tour #1.
And Kim Dae-sub, back after 2 years in the national service. His form has been good. Been near the lead, or gained the lead after 9 holes yesterday, and has stayed in it, going to the final round.
The story of yesterday was the round of 66 from this man, Kim Dae-hyun, one of the excitement machines of Korean golf. Can he win his first national open? leg of One Asia for 2012 moves to Seoul, Korea, with a playing of the Kolon Korea Open. In its fourth season, the world's fastest growing professional tour has had a standout year, with a parade of golf's up-and-coming stars to the fore. Winners the calibre of South Africa's Brandon Grace, Australia's Nick Cullen and Matthew Griffin, England's Chris Wood, Korea's two-time champion Kim Bo, and China's Lian Wenchong, winner of a dramatic playoff victory on One Asia at last week's Nanshan China Masters, underlining One Asia's role as a breeding ground of outstanding talent. And that talent is again on show this week as One Asia's and Korea's finest gather in Seoul for the Kolon Korea Open. The metropolis of Seoul is steeped in over 600 years of history. With a population of over 10 million people, it also holds a proud legacy of staging international sporting events, with golf now taking centre stage. On the outskirts of Seoul is the Jeong Hills Country Club. The typically mountainous Korean course is the host venue for the 55th edition of Korea's National Championship. A stunning lineup of Asia's finest have made their way to Jeong Hills this week. A standout season on the PGA Tour has made the world sit up and take notice of the scintillating talent of No Song Yul. The 21-year-old returns to the Kolon Korea Open seeking redemption for near misses in 2010 and 2011. Bae Sang-moon's star has been in the ascendancy since winning the SK Telecom Open on One Asia in 2010. The 25-year-old is now a fixture in the World Top 50. Japanese superstar Ryo Ishikawa makes few excursions beyond the land of the rising sun. He'll match his power game against his Korean peers this week. Yi Yang, Asia's first major champion, comes to Jeong Hills refreshed, ambitious, and in form following last week's playoff loss on One Asia. Each year, new names put their hand up to be noticed. Kim Dae-hyun, Park Sang-hyun, and Kang Kyung-nam, all stars on the rise, ready to follow the lead of their contemporaries. One of Asia's most prestigious national championships is set to go. This is the Kolon Korea Open, presented by Elord, 8th leg of One Asia for 2012. And welcome to final round action from the Kolon Korea Open, the 8th leg of the One Asia Tour of 2012. Grant Dodd and Ozzy Moore bringing you commentary this afternoon. Well, a quality field set out in the quest for this championship on Thursday. Let's take a look at who is still standing on Sunday afternoon, starting with Ryo Ishikawa. The Japanese superstar has shown some fine touches here this week. And can he continue with shots like this on Sunday afternoon?
Yi Yang, he came from back in the field last week to be in a playoff after consistent rounds of 73, 70 and 72. He's sitting at 2 over going into the final round.
No Song Yul is coming off a wonderful season on the PGA Tour in 2012, and he is a star on the rise. Don't count him out on Sunday.
Not just the youngsters in the field. Choi Ho-song, rounds of 71, 71, 72. His course management skills have kept him in the fray.
Kang Wook-soon is rolling back the years in 2012. The 46-year-old playing some fine golf here in the 55th Kolon Korea Open.
And a former winner here, Kim Dae-sub, right in the mix again. Got the lead after 9 holes yesterday and he stayed there at the end of day 3.
Kim Dae-hyun, what a talent he is. Power to burn, and he can take a golf course apart. Can he win his first national open here this week? Wonderful touch from the young man. And so much to look forward to as these players set out in search of this great national open. Kim Dae-hyun and Kim Dae-sub led the way into round 4. with totals of 3 under. They were the only players under par after 3 rounds. Kang Wook Soon at even par, and Park Hyun Bin, Lee Sang Hee and Choi Ho Sung all at +1.
And 3 to really feature today: No Sung Hyul, Hwai Yang and Ryo Ishikawa, all over par, 2 and 3 over par, but you would think one of these 3 will feature this afternoon.
Heading into the final round of the Kolon Korea Open for 2012, and it looms as an intriguing battle between 2 of the stars of Korean golf and an intimidating and dominant Jeong Hills Country Club layout. To discuss this final round, my co-commentator Ozzy Moore. And Ozzy, firstly, let's take a look at the prospects of Kim Dae-sub. He won this championship as a 16-year-old. He won it as a 19-year-old as well. Can he add a third today?
Well, he's been out for 2 years with national service, but he's learned how to win. And once you know how to win, then you don't lose that feeling. It's a difficult golf round here. He's mastered the course for 3 days. I see no reason why that'll change, Grant.
Kim Dae-hyun is a huge favourite in Korea. He's dynamic, he's talented, he's a very powerful golfer. What chance do you give him?
Well, 66 yesterday, low round of the tournament. Very difficult to back up that sort of round. If he can shoot in the high 60s today, maybe the low 70s, he's in there with a shot.
Hard to look past players like Hwai Yang, like No Song Yul and Ryo Ishikawa. They're 5 or 6 shots back. Can they catch up?
Well, Kang Hyun Nam yesterday had a 3-shot lead going into the round. He lost that lead after 9 holes. The leaders today, they start with 3-shot leads. They won't lose that lead in the first 9 holes. They may lose it in the middle of the back 9. If they do play poorly, then those 3 players definitely have a chance.
Let's talk briefly about the setup of this golf course. It's been an extremely challenging layout for the players all week. What makes it difficult?
Well, 1, it's long. 2, it's narrow. The fairways aren't wide. There's deep rough around the golf course. The greens are fast. They've got undulations in them. And on top of that, been difficult pin positions over the first 3 days.
We know that it's just over 7,000 yards as a layout. One of the features of this golf course are the par 3s.
They're very long par 3s here. 3 of them over 200 yards. 3 of them have water surrounding the greens. You must have a precise iron shot in there, an error, and you may pick up double bogey and throw the tournament away.
Well, the weather this week has been very kind to the field. Let's take a look and see if it will play a factor today.
We've had lovely weather for the first 3 days, and it hasn't disappointed for the 4th. Sunny weather, light breezes this afternoon, and humidity down around 50%, much the same as yesterday. Temperature ideal for good play.
Well, Ozzy Moore was on the range early today, caught up with a few players, including Ryo Ishikawa.
Ryo Ishikawa, yesterday you made a nice charge toward the lead. You have some sort of chance today?
Yeah, hopefully. I hope so. And player who played under, just 2 players. So I have some chance to win the tournament this week, hopefully.
You need a little bit of help from those 2 players. They have to make some mistake, and you have to play well, no doubt.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to make some birdie for the under par. So I'm 3 over right now, and my plan is maybe 2 under on front 9. It's good. So it's gonna, big day for me. Yeah.
Next year, your schedule, you play in Japan a lot. Are you playing some tournaments in the US?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna try to play in US early season, maybe January to August or September.
Okay. And you feel very strong about your game, the way you're playing at the moment?
Yeah, getting better, my game. So yeah, I play more 7 events in Japan. So yeah, I still keep practice hard. So yeah, that'll be good.
Okay, well, best of luck today and some birdies early on the front 9.
Yeah, thanks, hopefully.
Thank you, Ria.
Thank you.
Well, a young man who's just turned 21 years of age and who already has 9 victories on the Japan Tour under his belt. Let's go out to earlier highlights. This is the 4th hole, and Kim Dae-hyun coming off bogeys on 2 and 3, so not the start he was looking for. But this is a wonderful shot, nearly holes it on 4.
And playing with him was Kim Dae-sub. He hit it in the water, missed the green. Now this chip shot to make his bogey. And what an effort that was. Got him back to -3.
Staring at disaster. Kim Dae-sub, now a birdie putt for Kim Dae-hyun, and he gets his round heading the right direction.
To the 8th par 5. Ishikawa off to a very strong start. Birdies on 4 and 5. And this here on 8 to go 3 under for the round. And he was looking to shoot 2 under the front 9. He's 3 under through 8 and back to even for the tournament.
You can never discount this man, Wai Yang, vastly experienced. This for birdie on 8. He knew he'd hold that from the moment he hit it. Wai Yang goes to +1.
Now to the 9th, the short par 4 up the hill. And Ishikawa again putting for birdie, 3 under for his round. Surely he's going to do better than 2 under as he predicted. Well, he's turned in 4 under and into the red 1 under for the tournament.
And you can feel the electricity out here today at Jeong Hills. Now Wai Yang on number 9. Look at this, tracking. Wai Yang makes birdie on 9, goes to even par.
Kim Dae-hyun, lovely shot on the par 3 4th. This on the par 3 7th. He made 2 on the 4th. Can he outdo it here on 7? Good strike. Hole is playing quite long today, well over 200 yards. And an excellent tee shot with a chance to make 2 twos on the front 9. And really was getting his round back in shape. Up the hill. And he does it. 2 twos to get back in the red. 1 under for the tournament.
He's got his touch back on the greens, the young Korean star. Choi Ho-sung still in the mix. A birdie on 8 gets him into red figures. Choi Ho-sung to 1 under par. And so this is the state of play as things stand. Kim Dae-sub, even par through 7, holds a 2-stroke lead from a resurgent Kang Kyung-nam, 2 under par through 9. Choi Ho-sung also 2 under through 8. Kim Dae-hyun, don't discount him, but he's 2 over through 7 holes. Ryo Ishikawa having a fine round, 3 under par through 10. He's just bogeyed the 10th to drop back out of red figures. And Wai Yang also at even par. What a wonderful first page of our leaderboard.
To the 11th green. Ryo Ishikawa, long birdie putt. Difficult pin position in the front right, up on top of a plateau. It's gone up the ridge. It's a good roll from there. The toughest hole on the golf course 2 of the first 3 days, and it's been in the top 3 most difficult holes all week in the tournament, and that will not change today.
Tough shot here for Choi Ho-sung. I believe this is his 3rd shot to the 9th. Coming out of the right rough.
And the weather's been great all 4 days now. Very light breezes. A little bit of early fog this morning, but cleared to a brilliant day of sunshine. Pin positions, again, not that easy on some of the greens. This one on 11, quite difficult. So this is a putt, probably right lip for his par to stay at 3 under for the round and even for the tournament. Currently in 5th position.
Well, he's looking for a spike mark, but that did look like a push right off the putter face, and the charge of Ryo Ishikawa suddenly losing some momentum. Bogeys on 10 and 11. He's back to +1 now, 4 shots back. Wai Yang 2 under par through 10, along with Choi Ho-sung, who we believe is in some trouble on hole number 9, and he's 2 shots back from the leader, Kim Dae-sub.
This is the 2012 Kolon Korea Open. On a wonderful day, good weather out here. One of Asia's leading business figures is down there with Grant Dodd.
And as always, it's a great privilege to have One Asia's Chairman and Commissioner Sang Chun with us to have a chat. And Sang Chun, before we talk about this week and the future for One Asia, we must talk about last week's event, the Nanshan China Masters. What a wonderful event, a great validation for the China Golf Association's commitment to One Asia, and it leaves us much to look forward to.
Okay. This is a Nanshan China Masters, only second years, and we have one of the new modern resort in the China, and we have a wonderful playoff against the PGA champion Jeong against the Chinese emerging star. And it was one of the showcase for future One Asia tournament events.
Of course, Korean professional golf are very important to One Asia. The KGA and the KGT have been strong supporters, and great to be here again at the Kolon Korea Open, one of Asia's most prestigious championships.
Mm-hmm. Well, this is their our 55th years traditional tournament in Asia, and we have a young talent and also all the veteran is actually competing here in a wonderful course in Korea, and we are really expecting an exciting event in this week.
One Asia's original goals were to create opportunities for Asian players in the Asia Pacific region. Are you happy with the way that One Asia has developed over the last 4 years?
Yes, and we are actually a little more mature, and also people will understand this One Asia platform, and we are looking for some exciting announcement for sometime next week or next month, and we'll try to add more tournament and with existing number of tournament.
So we can look forward to, in 2013, a greater number of events on One Asia.
Yes, we definitely we could promise, and there is a more exciting tournament will merge with our existing tournament.
Well, Sang Chun, thank you very much for talking to us. We look forward to the future on One Asia.
Thank you very much. Yeah.
Of course, Sang Chun, a very respected figure in Korean business. Great privilege to have him as One Asia's chairman. Now, Kim Dae-sub has just 2 feet left for birdie on 8. And my word, he's an impressive golfer. Just goes about his business with very little fuss. But he's such a tough competitor.
Up to the 9th green. This is Choi Ho-sung. His tee shot went left out of bounds. He has played a provisional ball which is in play up the fairway, then knocked it on the green to here. So this is for bogey 5. Currently 1 under par for the tournament. And a difficult pin position here today on 9. 12 on the right hand side. And it banks back towards him. This will move a little bit left to right, and then it'll slow down as it gets to the hole. Over a little ridge there, then it goes down and breaks hard. So misses his bogey and will take double bogey 6 on the finishing hole on the front 9 to drop back to +1.
Was having a very strong 9, Choi Ho-sung. It's dropped him back to even par for the 9. And Kim Dae-sub now holding sway by 3 strokes from Kang Kyung-nam and Kim Dae-hyun. Wei Yang just lurking 4 back. Ryu Hun-woo 5 back, along with Ryo Ishikawa. Some wind out of his sails in the last couple of holes. Same can be said for Choi Ho-sung. Kang Wook-soon has stayed there or thereabouts in 5th place, +1 for his 4th round. Choi Jin-ho having a good round, 2 under through 11 holes. David O, very consistent American player. He's 1 under par for his round. And look at that, the world number 50, Bae Sang Moon, 5 under par for his final round. Hasn't been his week, but certainly making a charge towards the finish here, the Korean. Well, earlier in the day, Aussie War was on the range and had the chance to catch up with No Song Yul.
No Song Yul, a lovely round of golf yesterday, 68. Very happy with that.
Yeah, pretty good scoring yesterday, and then a lot of good chance, but still little mistake, but still good playing, and then good chance for today.
You've got a good record around this golf course, and you're playing with Wai Yang, who also plays well here. Should be good golf today between the two of you?
Pretty fun. We're playing practice this year, practice round always together on the US, and then first time on the playing in the tournament, but still very happy. So
this is the first time you play with Wai Yang in a tournament?
This year.
This year.
Yeah.
Okay. So next year you're going to play a lot more tournaments on the US tour?
I don't think so. Maybe a little less, more than this year.
Okay. Well, we hope you're the best around this afternoon. 68 yesterday, maybe a little bit lower today?
Hopefully, I try. But, 2 years ago, I start final round about 5-shot lead, but I got to lose YE. But today also 5-shot behind, so I think good chance for today.
Oh, your thinking will be much better today. I think maybe in the winner's box. Good luck.
Thank you.
He does have some catching up to do. This is the Malaysia Order of Merit. After the Nanshan China Masters, the big moves, of course, being Lam Wen Chong up to 5th place, and Aaron Townsend after his 3rd place finish up into 6th place, but still well behind Kim Bio after his 2 victories earlier in the year.
To the 11th green, the 494-yard par 4 plays downhill. The green has water to the left of it. Wai Yang, after birdies on 8 and 9, 2 under for his round. This for birdie on 11. And that's a great birdie. Very few birdies on that hole during the entire tournament. So he goes now into the red, chasing the leaders.
And this is so reminiscent of 2010 when he came from the clouds to win this championship on Sunday. Keep your eye on Wai Yang. Nishikawa was 3rd on 12. Just short of the green, and he was taking dead aim at that.
Difficult pin there on the front of 12 today. Back to the 10th green, and this pin in the back left. And only a short putt left. And this par 4 of 426 yards.
Aussie, a remarkable resurgence from Kang Kyung Nam on the 9th hole yesterday. He had a triple bogey 7. He looked to be in all sorts of trouble mentally. He's pulled himself together and he's played himself back into this championship.
Well, he took that 7 on 9, which is a triple bogey after 4 putting. He then doubled the 18th hole at the end of the play yesterday for another 7. And to actually come out today and open with 3 pars, then back it up with 3 birdies, although he has dropped one at the 7th, the most difficult hole on the front 9 today, but another chance here to get one back on 10. And back to 2 under, right in the running, only 2 behind the leader now. So he's back where he was at the start of yesterday in a fight for the leadership of this tournament.
And he is a 9-time winner on the Korean Tour, Kang Kyung Nam. Very rarely out of the top 5 on the money list up here. Certainly cannot be discounted.
Tee shot on 9. This is the last group of the day. Kim Dae Sub wants to hit a little draw. This hole suits him. Take it up the right-hand side. Just move it with the fairway, which banks from right to left. All the trouble on this hole really down the left-hand side. He was out of bounds, and that's ideal in the fairway. Pin front right today. Tough position to putt at. Not too bad to hit the iron shot at. Must keep it left and short of the hole if possible.
Kim Dae-hyun choosing to play this hole aggressively. He's very long. There's the driver. chance, although he will, of course, have a second shot with the ball well above his feet. He's just started to find some form in 2012. The start of the season was very out of character. Fell back to 60th on the money list, but he's now back into the top 10 in Korea. A win in the Match Play Championship and 4th in the CJ Invitational, really correcting that slide. And we go back to 2010 when he won the GS Caltex Maekyoung in dramatic fashion.
Short par 4 12th. Players generally taking 3 metal off here. Some take driver. Majority of them lay it up short of the fairway bunkers. The one down the fairway is at 280. The one on the left at 250 odd. It's a decent angle to get into this pin, but the pin is on the front left corner today, and he'll need to spin that shot. Having looked at his profile, the one outstanding thing there to go with the US Tour victory of the Honda Classic is the US PGA in 2009, but last week almost pulled off the Nanshan China Masters.
Yes, he's just come off a 7-week break to try to refresh and get his game back in order. It appears to have paid dividends. Played well last week and right in contention here on Sunday for the Kolon Korea Open. He's just 3 back. Welcome back to an ever-changing tournament landscape here at the Kolon Korea Open from a magnificent Jeong Hills Country Club. And earlier today, Aussie Moore, you were down on the range while Wai Yang was getting some treatment for what looks like an arm injury.
Well, I was talking to his caddy James, and he said that the ground's quite firm and he's just got a little bit of a sore wrist from hitting golf balls yesterday, so it's just precautionary. But he stopped hitting balls on the range, went back off, hit a few putts, then came back to the range for his last bit of warm-up before he went out to play. So, as I say, it's just precautionary, but certainly it is sort of a niggling injury. Here he comes out of the rough on 12, up the hill, pin on the front left. Difficult to spin this shot, so looking just to land it softly with flight, in short of the pin if possible, and that's in a very good position. Uphill putt for birdie.
It's one of the trickiest pin positions on this particular hole. does mean the players have to think about their strategy off the tee. Getting too close to the screen, not necessarily an advantage.
This is Choi Ho Sung on 10, driven it in the fairway. Ball above his stance, so it'll move a little bit from right to left. It'll start left of where he's aiming. You see he's very closed off with his lower body. Even more so when you have a lofted club in hand, but that's good because the pin's in the back left of this green, so he can attack it, and he's done just that. His course management skills are excellent.
Just love this guy's competitive qualities. Has a style all of his own, but as we often say, he certainly knows how to golf his ball.
4/9, second shot up the hill for Kim Dae-sub, pin in the right, ball slightly above his stance. He's hit it heavy, pulled it. There is a bunker over there if he has it a long way left, and he's hit it heavy as well. So he's left with a pitch up the hill. Not that bad an angle to pitch from, depending on the lie itself.
No, that was a good miss, if there's such a thing, for Kim Dae-sub. Look back to 1998 and 01, a 16-year-old in 1998, and won his first Kolon Korea Open. Quite remarkable story, and he's continued on as a winner as a professional many times in Korea. He's come off 20 months of national service duty and back playing tournament golf once again. Kim Dae-hyun, ball well above his feet. Very challenging lie and stance. And that, Aussie Moore, is an outstanding shot.
Very good, but he's left himself with a putt of some 50 feet with 2 ridges to putt across, and I'm looking at about 8 to 10 feet of break in it. So I think Kim Dae-sub's actually in a better position to make 4 on 9 than Kim Dae-hyun. This is the 11th, and what an excellent drive this is, all the way down the hill in this 494-yard par 4, left with only 145 yards now to the pin in the front right of the green. A lot of players have been hitting rescues and metal woods into the screen for their second. This will only be an 8-iron, and can afford to be aggressive. The water really out of play with this type of shot because he's so far down. The pin on the right, the water on the left. Nice clearance of the body, no rotation of the forearms, good control, and that's an excellent result. And another putt for birdie. He has really fought his way back into this tournament.
Just so impressed at how he's left yesterday behind. Had a dire day on the golf course. As we mentioned, a 9-time winner on the Korean Tour. He won the Korean Order of Merit back in 2006. 2 wins in 2011. He's been very consistent in 2012. Second in the High One Resort Open and third in the Maekhyung.
His best finish here was 4th in 2007, so he's looking to better that. He's got to get past this man though, Wai Yang. That's for birdie on 12. Oh, that was a golden opportunity missed. You can see there was very little break in that putt. One redeeming feature is that he at least got it to the hole. But at this stage, continuing a flawless round. 3 birdies and the rest pars to get him into red figures for the tournament total.
And you can tell by his reaction there that he knows he's let an opportunity slip by. He'll stay 3 back from Kim Dae-sub. Great galleries, as always, on the final day of the Kolon Korea Open.
I think the thing is also, right, you've got a number of players here in the mix. There's any one of potentially 8 or 10 players that have got a chance to win here. A lot's dependent on the leader, Kim Dae-sub, whether he stays at -4 or not. His playing partner here, Kim Dae-hyun, he's also in the red, but he'll do well to stay in those red figures. This is a monster putt. Goes uphill the first 15 to 20 feet, then goes over a ridge, then goes down, and then breaks right. He's looking for 8, maybe 10 feet of break in this putt. Now it's over the ridge, now it'll bank hard left to right. He still hasn't given it enough height to stay above the hole. As I said, difficult proposition making 4 from back there.
So difficult to get it close to these front hole locations out of the rough, particularly with these raised green complexes. After his troubles on hole number 9, can Choi Ho Sung get one of those shots back here on 10?
If anything, that looked a little tentative. Looking at his profile, there are a victory there in 2011. Some good play here 2 years ago in the Kolon Korea Open, and earlier in the year a tied 4th also in Korea at the High One Resort Open. So he has some form coming into this week, but as I said, I like his course management skills. So we go back to 9.
Well, that's impressive creativity from our leader. 60-degree wedge, back in the stance. Very aggressive action at the ball, getting plenty of spin on it.
Well, at the start of yesterday, he had a 3-shot lead, and he's got this putt now after a round of 77 yesterday to get back within 1 of that lead. Downhill, it works from left to right. Probably need to hit it outside the hole. Already 4 birdies today. This for his 5th birdie. Strike is good. Line is excellent. So 5 birdies and 1 bogey, and he is right back in it at 3 under. Very tough to pick a winner from here. Those front runners stay out there at 3 and 4 under. They'll be difficult to catch. But the back 9 on this golf course is the harder of the 2. And the challengers will be firing for birdies to come at them.
And a particularly important putt for Kim Dae-hyun. He's just threatening to lose touch with the leaders, just to stay in red figures.
Good putt.
So a slightly schizophrenic front 9 for Kim Dae-hyun. Bogeys on 2 and 3, a double bogey 7 on the 5th hole. But 2 birdies on the very challenging par 3 sees him out in 2 over par 38.
And almost the opposite type of golf for his playing partner, with the exception of the 4th where he hit it in the water and then chipped in for bogey. He's been very steady. A couple of birdies, 1 on the 2nd and the other one on 8 from short range. The rest pars. Given that he makes this, he will be a shot in the lead going into the back 9 of this Korea Open. It's quick, but there's not a lot of break, so it's just a matter of starting it online.
Nicely holed down the slope for our leader, who stays at 4 under par. Well, the back 9 at Jeong Hills is a demanding test of golf, and its opening hole no exception to that rule. We're talking strategy at Jeong Hills Country Club. We're on the 10th hole. It's a strong par 4. I'm with my co-commentator, Ozzie Moore, a former Australian touring professional. And Ozzie, it is a very strong par 4. And is it always a driver, or sometimes can you take a 3-wood in this hole?
Well, I think at 426 yards, the players will hit driver the majority of the time. The fairway is very narrow. There's an embankment up the right-hand side that may kick the ball back into the fairway, but I think the players will hit a little draw up here with the driver and chase the shape of that fairway with their driver.
If you do chase the shape of the fairway, though, you do bring that left rough into play. The rough here at Jeong Hills is very challenging. It's wiry, has a very broad-leafed grass, and it makes approach shots very difficult.
Well, especially on this hole here, if you draw it left and it goes off the side of the fairway, there's an embankment down there. The ball will stay on that embankment, so you'll have a poor lie and a difficult stance to go with it. And that's the case on most of the holes.
Well, let's see you try and keep this out of the rough. Not much wind here today. Nice looking drive from Aussie. Just chasing the right-hand side of the fairway. That's good position. Let's see if Kim Dae-sub can follow the advice of co-commentator Aussie Moore. Just 3 of 7 fairways hit today in this final round.
So looking to bring it up the right-hand side and draw it back into the fairway. It certainly has picked up the short grass, so shot 1 or plan 1 of this hole successful. Take a look at it in slow motion. Got his left foot turned out, which I like a lot. Right foot turned out, takes pressure off your right ankle. You see the left shoulder goes down very quickly. Good rotation of the shoulders to the top, no lifting of the arms. You see some rotation of the lower body. Stalls a bit as the arms get thrown at the golf ball. Head stays back and right foot still on the ground right through impact.
It always tells you something about the power of an individual when they can hit a one-handed shot 290 yards and straight down the middle.
This is Ryo Ishikawa on the 13th, the par 3. Pin 26 back and 7 from the right. So don't want to overhit this pin. You want to be short of it if you can, and straight at it is ideal, unless of course you're going to hole it. Today 229 yards. Looking to fly at about 200. Just on the down embankment there, chasing it right back to the pin. That's a lovely tee shot on this difficult hole.
Yes, one of the most intimidating tee shots in golf on the 13, and it's certain to be a pivotal hole here this afternoon as the Kolon Korea Open draws to a conclusion. Kim Dae-sub leads by 1 from Kang Kyung-nam. Fascinating battle in progress here at the Korea Open between two-time champion Kim Dae-sub, a man seeking his first Kang Kyung-nam. Second shot for our leader on number 10.
The pin just at the edge of that bunker. You can see the right edge in the back of the green. Lovely shot into that pin. So a 15-footer left for our leader to extend that lead by one.
Nice angle. Just a pitching wedge for Kim Dae-hyun. Oh, and absolutely flags it on 10. And this is the sort of golf that he's capable of.
Speaking of golfers that are capable, Ryu Ishikawa. Lovely shot into 13. A little hiccup on 11 where he three-putted. This for birdie. Currently at 1 over. Not much break in it. Never had a chance. He's very disappointed with that. And well, he should be. An excellent iron shot into this green. He really gave it no chance at all.
It hasn't been his week on the greens, Ryu Ishikawa. And you see it, he's just turned 21 and already has 9 Japan Tour wins under his belt. Just a phenomenon in Japanese golf. Won his first tournament at the age of 15 years and 8 months. Second in the Puerto Rico Open on the US Tour this year, 9th in the Memorial Tournament, and he will play some golf on the US PGA Tour next year, and certainly the world looks forward to seeing him go head-to-head with the likes of Rory McIlroy and Tiger Woods. And before his round, he caught up with Ozzy Moore.
Why, Yang, you've played successfully and strongly the last couple of weeks. Are you going back to play the US Tour full-time next year?
Yeah, I think so. Our main tour is US tour, and I don't know, I think our first tournament, maybe Sony, think so, and starting in tournament, and next year start, yeah.
How many tournaments do you think you'll have on your schedule for next year in the US?
This year, I think 18, 20 tournament this year. Next year, I think maybe more than 20. I think 21, 22.
Okay.
Yeah, a little bit more.
And your form has been good. Do you think maybe next year or some chance again another major victory?
I don't know, but I try always to competition to playing good, and I hopefully try to next year.
Last week you came from a long way behind to get into a playoff. Any chance today?
I don't know. Today is 5-stroke behind, but I try to more my game and my concentration. I think so. I try. Maybe I don't know. Golf.
Okay, maybe this is the one for you. Best of luck.
Thank you.
He certainly knows his way around this layout. Wei Yang, a winner in 2010 and 2006. Sang Moon, a back-to-back champion in 08 and 09. Vijay Singh in 07. And then, of course, Ricky Fowler last year. And what a tournament that was. Ricky Fowler going head-to-head with Rory McIlroy and shooting a 16 under par total on the Wujong Hills Country Club layout. Well, there's been a reaction to that this year, Ozzy Moore. The course has been set up far more difficult, and we're seeing scores in accordance with that intention.
Well, certainly has been. It's a difficult golf course, and if you hit good shots, you make good scores. Around here, you get penalised for poor play, and that's the way a National Open should be.
So, Kim Dae-sub, 4 under par, currently 2-stroke leader over Kang Kyung-nam. Wei Yang is 3 back with Kim Dae-hyun. Ru Hun-woo, 3 under par for his final round. And certainly not out of contention just yet, as is Ryo Ishikawa. No Song Yul is at 1 under par. Sang Moon really ripping this course apart on Sunday. 6 under One hole to play. Some fine golf also. Park Un Shin, a 4 under par round of 67. Park Hyun Bin is 5 over today. Park Sang Hyun 2 under par with 1 hole to play. The Korean champion having an off-colour week. That's still in the money. Byun Jin Jae at 3 under par through 15 holes. And Lee Soo Min is very talented 18-year-old amateur, 3 under par through 13 holes. Heading into the back nine of the 55th Kolon Korea Open in this final round. And just 4 players under par on course. One of them, of course, this man, our leader, playing such impressive golf. And he keeps playing mistake-free golf.
Once he got that lead after 9 holes yesterday, that's all he's done. He's a good golf shots, made a lot of pars, the occasional birdie. And if you're going to win this tournament, you need to get the other players to chase you down. Unusual putter, there's a very long grip on it. He doesn't use the bottom 2/3 of that grip, always grips it at the top. Originally when I first saw it, I thought it was a belly putter. It's not. I'm guessing that the grip's there for a bit of added weight to the putter itself. It's for birdie to extend his lead. Strike is good, result is perfect. Now 5 under. Wow, it's taking a few of the players out of the equation now with 8 holes to play.
Well, that's the key point, isn't it, Ozzy? I think the tournament is now very much in his control. I mean, he's left guys like Ryo Ishikawa now 6 back, No Song Yul's 6 back with less than 9 holes to play. He puts pressure on them to play more aggressively.
Well, all those behind him have to play aggressively, but by playing aggressively, you have every option of making some bogeys. Although this one for birdie to stay with him, there's really only now a handful that realistically can run him down. This guy can play very well and is aggressive, so he goes now to 2 under, and that changes the complexion of the leaderboard.
It certainly does. Kang Kyung Nam and Kim Dae-hyun now 3 back of Kim Dae-sub in search of his 3rd Kolon Korea Open. Wei Yang is 3 under par for his final round, but 4 shots back. Ryu Hun Woo and Ryo Ishikawa are now 6 back and have to make a decision about just how aggressively they're going to attack this course for the final few holes.
To this monster par 4, tee shot for Kim Dae-sub, looking to draw it off the right-hand side. Chase it down the hill if he gets it in the fairway. He likes it, so look for this to land in the fairway and run it out another 30 or 40 yards as it goes down the embankment. Here it is chasing down the hill, and that's in outstanding position. Pin on the front right, he'll have clear avenue straight at it with a mid to short iron.
Of course, social media are a big part of the One Asia platform. You can watch a live feed in a lot of countries around the world on www.youtube.com/OneAsia. You also see all the interviews and pieces to camera that if you want to keep up with One Asia. You can also follow us on facebook.com/OneAsia Golf. And then, of course, the increasingly popular Twitter at twitter.com/OneAsia Golf. And you can get to-the-minute updates of what's happening up here in Korea on all of those social media platforms.
Kim Dae-hyun back on the 11th tee. Now the key for him here is not to smash it. If he just simply swings it, it goes in the fairway, it'll chase its way down the hill because he's quite a long striker of the ball. There's no need to fly it all the way down the bottom. He likes the ball flight. Good sign when they go in to pick up the tee. It'll generally be straight. We'll find out if it's in the fairway soon, but probably down in the left-hand rough or in the left-hand side of the fairway.
Of course, we're taking pictures from the host broadcaster SBS here in Korea, and wonderful to be working with them once again. Big putt here for Kang Kyung Nam. Now this happened just a few moments ago. Oh, a good putt on the high side, but that will be a bogey, coming off birdies on 10 and 11 for Kang Kyung Nam on one of the easier holes in this back 9. That is a crushing blow to his title aspirations. The man who led this championship virtually from the start of Thursday morning has had an up and down time of things over the last 2 days. He's certainly not out of it though.
Ishikawa up on the 14th. And he's done the majority of his scoring this week on the par 5s. He's 8 under for the par 5s. He's 1 under for the par 3s. So these sort of holes, the par 4s, have really let him down. But a birdie here would fix that statistic a little. Good strike. Fantastic roll. So he's just outside that mix. Another 1 or 2 birdies and a slip from the leader, and he'll be all over them.
Oh, he will be ruining holes 10 and 11 with bogeys in this round. Nicknamed the Bashful Prince, Ryo Ishikawa. He's impressed everybody this week with his friendliness, his willing to do interviews, his accessibility, and it's just hard to imagine just how big a star this man is in Japan, and yet he, for all intents and purposes, appears unaffected by his fame. He's a wonderful credit to this great game of golf.
This is a view of what faces Kim Dae-hyun. Second shot on 11. Just across the edge of that water is a pin. There is a fair bit of green between the edge of the water and the green, some 30 odd yards, so he can land it short if he wishes, but looking to fly it to the front. high ball flight. Needs a soft landing if he can, if it hits the surface. Fraction right, not a bad miss there. Just a little bit difficult if you try to putt it through that. And a good angle to chip from uphill to that pin position. Let's have a look at his swing from this angle. Early take back of the club, that right wrist cocks early. Now the rotation, shoulders, left hip around, right hip deep. Good left knee bend, rotates back, left hip out of the way, arms unfold down to the ball. Just a little bit slow and rotating through with the hip, so he had to use the arms at the last minute to hit that shot. All the same, quite a good golf swing.
Certainly a lot of acceleration through that impact zone. There's some factors that you can't analyse about certain swings, and one is just a natural ability to hit the ball hard. Slightly awkward stance for Kim Dae-sub, all above his feet. He'll try and work this back in from right to left. Just catching that a fraction heavy.
Both players coming up a little shy, playing from the same level as the green there. And let's take a look at his swing. That right foot almost back in the drainage pit, so a difficult stance. Very early shoulder motion, left shoulder goes down. Some turning of the hips, the arms go up to finish the backswing. Now the body works back and up on the left-hand side, down on the right-hand side, and swings up through the golf ball with the head staying back. Right foot stationary on the ground for a long time. Fairly unique swing, but a very effective one.
And a golf swing that he's used to great effect. Best part of 15 years as a star of Korean golf. Kang Kyung Nam's tee shot on 13. And he's come up short. His challenge just floundering at the moment. Front bunker on 13, coming off bogey on 12. Important up and down coming for Kang Kyung Nam.
Yang, right hand rough on 14. Back up the hill, and his caddy spoke to me this morning. He's come up short on this hole every day. He's added a few extra yards to this shot, and it's ideal. So a great correction between the two of them. Gives him an opportunity at that pin 24 back to make a birdie. Awkward pin to putt out from the front of this green. It'll work uphill, and then about 3 to 4 feet behind the hole as he looks at it, there's a steep embankment going away to the back of the green, so don't really need to be too aggressive with this approach putt from the fringe. You're looking to fly the ball out of that fringe onto the green, so keep the ball position forward in your stance, so it basically sort of semi-chips it over that little bit of apron. In terms of break, there's not a lot in it. There's a section about 8 feet in front of the ball where it goes a little downhill, and then it goes back up the rise to the pin.
Oh, magnificent touch. He looks totally unaffected by the importance of the occasion, Kim Dae-sub. Other than that slight hiccup on the 4th hole, where he chipped in for bogey from the fringe. It's been all plain sailing, and he leads the championship by 3.
Well, back to the par 3, 13th. Didn't go in the bunker. It certainly came up short. Depending on the lie here, it'll be sandy and dry, stringy grass. Contact a priority. He seems to have caught it solidly. Run it back to the pin. That's a good chip from there. That was an awkward shot to play. Could have easily just dumped it on the front of the green. So he continues his run. Grant, there's a couple of danger holes on this golf course for the leaders. 11 is one of them, 13's another, and probably 18 is the other, where you can chalk up some numbers or the field can come at you. This chip up the hill. Nice little shot. So 2 players there one on the fringe close to the green and one a bit further off the green. So he's played a chip. You'll watch him just cock his right wrist a little here, a little bit of arm motion, nothing with the lower body. It's dead still. And then the arms work back and a little release of the right wrist. You can see it straighten out and catch the ball first. A little downward blow there. So the loft of that club de-lofted, probably hit a wedge. It would have come out at about 8 iron height with a little spin on it. Well executed shot.
And one of the things you notice most about that particular action is just how quiet the hands are through that impact zone. You know, flicking at it or trying to lift the ball into the air with the right hand, using the loft of the club to do the work for the player. 2 feet to clean up for par on 11. Kim Dae-hyun does that nicely, stays at 2 under par, but 1 over par for this final round.
Kang Kyun Nam, as for his par, an excellent par it would be. Stroke is solid. The result is good. He's delighted with that. He knows he mishit the tee shot, and it was a very difficult up and down, and he secured that to stay right in the mix now.
Terrific approach shot for Wei Yang. You feel this is a must-make putt. This for birdie. Well, it was a solid putt, but didn't come from left to right as he read it.
Well, he's had a putt there on 12 for birdie. This one on 14. And will he rue those at the end of the day, depending how close he finishes?
Of course, can jump up and bite any player competing this week. So certainly Kim Dae-sub is not plain sailing for the win just yet. But Wei Yang, you feel, does need to make some birdies in a hurry. He's 4 back, the 2009 PGA champion, from the man who's also won this championship. Still in there. David O, just a few holes to play. He's at +2. Choi Jin Ho now at -1 with 4 to play. A stunning day here in Korea for Korea's National Open from Jeong Hills Country Club and 2 hours south of Seoul. And this is how things stand heading into this back nine on Sunday afternoon. Ryo Ishikawa, he's played himself into contention. Needs a few more birdies in a hurry though this afternoon.
Jeong steady as ever, throwing in a few birdies. He's got his score to under par and he's chasing down those leaders. He needs to make just a couple more putts.
Kim Dae-hyun has the capacity to make a lot of birdies in a hurry. He's got a power game, a wonderful touch around the greens. Certainly don't discount the Korean star.
Kang Kyung-nam, he was leader yesterday going into this event, lost that lead and he's fought his way back into contention.
But it's Kim Dae-sub holding sway. The two-time champion looks in terrific form here and leads this championship by 3 strokes. Well, earlier this week, Ozzie Moore went out on course and had a look around at some challenging shots. Let's have a look at how he plays a ball out of the rough.
One of the key characteristics of this golf course for the Kolon Korean Open this week is the long rough around the greens and these steep embankments that players need to play up. Now you need to do 2 things to play this shot properly. You need some club head speed to get through that long grass, and secondly, when you get to impact, you need the shaft to come back towards you, almost vertical, which gives you a lot of loft on the club face. If your hands are leading into the shot, the ball comes out too low, will not get up the slope and will not stop quickly enough. To play the shot, so some nice speed through that grass and look for the loft on the club face because the club shaft is now vertical at impact.
And great to have Ozzie Moore with us on the One Asia Tour over the last couple of weeks. Highly respected teaching professional in Australia.
He's really going to have to produce some acceleration here to get the distance. 35 yards back to that pin out of thick grass. Height, has he got the distance to go with it? And that's the trouble coming in that thick grass, trying to judge exactly how far it'll fly. Ishikawa's charge at the leaders has stalled a little. You really need to make that to have any chance whatsoever going into his closing holes.
Certainly you don't expect Ishikawa to make a bogey on this 15th hole. It is one of the holes you would be looking at on this 9 to make birdie, along with perhaps 18 and 12. A lot of support for Korean golf. Certainly we expect to see big galleries like this at the Kolon Korea Open. Just 3 wood or 3 metal for Kim Dae-sub and reaches down to pick up his tee in a hurry and snuck into the left rough, but that won't be a problem for our leader.
Take a look at this backswing. You see the club head works well inside, just under the hands. Steep shoulder tilt. If the club went right back to here, you see the left arm's perfectly in line with the left shoulder. Rotates around with the left shoulder. Club comes out to the golf ball and then works back through it with the hips. Club face making very good contact with the ball. Really like the shoulder motion there on the downswing.
It finishes with a lovely balanced follow through. Kim Dae-hyun has chosen to play aggressively. There's out of bounds up the right hand side. Oh, that right shoulder coming up quickly. Not a good sign. And that is, well, what a break for Kim Dae-hyun. That was well out of bounds. Has bounced back into play. Can he take advantage of that good break?
He's a driver off that tee every day, and earlier in the week on Friday he hit it out of bounds there as well. So Kang Kyung-nam, second shot up the hill on 14. We saw Ishikawa birdie this hole just a little earlier. Can he knock it inside that? And he has. Have a little bit of break on that putt, but certainly another chance to get back in there. Just really impressed how he's fought back into this tournament from what he did yesterday. 2 sevens, 1 on 9 and 1 on 18, and he's still in contention here. It's a great effort.
Well, you'd have to think that Ryo Ishikawa's chances of winning this championship come down to this putt.
Well, he's done well today. He's gone out 4 under the front 9 to get himself in with some sort of opportunity. But it's stalled a little bit early on this back 9. He needs this to stay with it.
That's well short, so he will drop now 6 shots back with just 3 holes to play.
Just a short approach into 12. He was distracted by some noise in the background there. And you really need to get in your own zone here so that nothing distracts you whatsoever. Totally 100% concentration on what you want to do with these shots. Any little distraction can take some part of your concentration off what you're trying to do. The sound was good. The line excellent. It's a little bit long, and that's a tricky putt back down the hill. Goes across a little plateau and then down towards a pin, so pace is very difficult to judge.
Yes, there are virtually no downhill putts at this golf course, which are easy. And nearly every time you hit it past the flagstick here, you will give yourself a tricky putt. Kim Dae-hyun over on the right-hand side. Extremely fortunate break, not a particularly good lie. You'll have a lot of difficulty stopping this.
I don't know that I'd be particularly upset with a lie, because it could have been just right of those white pickets, which means reload on the tee. I think he'll take his chances of making 4 from here. 3 would be an absolute bonus, because he was staring 5, maybe 6 in the face if that ball was on the right-hand side of those out-of-bounds posts.
He faces a question here, Aussie, of whether to try to hit a wedge or perhaps be a little more creative with maybe a 9-iron and to land it short and try and run it on to this front hole location. It looks like he's made a decision to take the sand iron. That's a brilliant shot. And that just shows the talent of this man. From a ball sitting in deep rough, nestled down, and able to bring that in and land it softly.
Dae-sub's tee shot, Kim Dae-sub in the fairway there, and then Kim Dae-hyun is in the rough, looking like he's out of bounds off the tee, 3 shots behind, and surely as a leader you would think, well, he's gone, he can't do any better than bogey or double here. Now he's found the ball in play, hit an outrageously good second shot, and has the opportunity to get to 3 under, and Kim Dae-sub has 2 difficult putts from the back of the green. There might only be 1 in it at the end of the hole.
This game has an amazing way of changing its equilibrium. And certainly cannot discount Kang Kyung Nam. He just continues to hit quality shots on this final day. Has this for birdie on 14, very much straight up the hill. Look out, Kang Kyung Nam, he's still coming. He goes to 3 under par, birdies on 10, 11 and 14 to go with birdies on 4, 5 and 6 on the front 9. He's now 4 under par for this final round.
Wai Yang ideally positioned on 15. He is 1 under. He now needs to make some birdies. Only 3 players in front of him, but they've all got multiple shots. 5 under leading, 3 under second, and Kim Dae-hyun at 2 under with a chance to go 3 under. So Yang definitely needs birdie here to get to 2 under to have realistically any chance whatsoever of victory this week.
His touch from long range has been superb. Very rarely leaves himself a long putt coming back for par.
I think you referred to that as stress-free golf. Anytime you can get it inside a foot, you take it in this game. You don't want those 3 and 4 footers for pars. This for birdie to get to 3 under. Well, that was a real opportunity. Playing with the leader, could put the pressure right on him and has done not what he needed to do.
And that missed its break line by at least 2, maybe 3 inches then. A big pull from Kim Dae-hyun.
And again, a front pin position, and I think having a good look at this golf course over the 4 days, these are some of the tougher hole locations, 1 to play at and 2 to putt at on this golf course. All have little embankments in front of the green, and then they generally have some sort of swale as he makes his 4 that run away if you get past the pin, making it difficult for the return putt down the hill.
Round of the day so far. Bae Sang-moon, the world number 50, has started the day at +10. A very off-colour week for the Korean champion. Shot a round of 65, 6 under par. And now finds himself in a tie for 12th place.
Down a slight embankment for birdie. 1 under. Goes down and left to right. Not as much as he felt. You can't really class that as a good opportunity, but certainly was an opportunity for birdie, and he's had a couple of those in the last 3 or 4 holes.
Well, there are a number of pivotal holes on the inward 9 on this challenging layout, where an error can have huge ramifications. We're taking a look at the 13th hole, which is a 221-yard par 3, and much is made of the 17th at Sawgrass in America at the TPC course. Aussie Moore, this hole is like TPC on steroids. It's one of the most intimidating tee shots you will ever see.
Well, the thing is, at the TPC, the hole's only 150-odd yards long. This one at 220, that's 70 yards longer. Instead of hitting a 9-iron or a wedge, you're going with a long iron or a rescue.
You stand on this tee, and it really is as much a battle of the mind as it is of the physical. You can pick the right club, but actually getting it onto the green and away from that water is a real challenge. How would you go about approaching this hole mentally?
Well, basically, if you look down there, the green itself and the bunkers around it is a fairly sizable target. The fact that the water's there is extremely intimidating, so you really need to block the water out of your mind and focus on where you want to go.
In terms of club selection, what are we talking?
Well, it's a long iron or a rescue, and look, I really favour a rescue because it's going to go in a lot higher and land softer on the green. The long iron, even if it comes in on the green, it's coming in low and it may chase into the bunkers.
Well, I just want to wish you good luck. As we said, 220 yards. And that is a good-looking shot, just leaking up the right-hand side, should catch a bit of green. Very nice. So as you can see, it's certainly possible to have some big swings and momentum on this hole. So a crucial tee shot for Kim Dae-sub.
And of the leading 12 players in the field, he has had the best scoring of the par 3s at 1 under par for the 4 days, and a chance to go another one better there. So well played to Kim Dae-sub.
And once again, he just keeps reaching into the well of inspiration and finds quality swing after quality swing. What can Kim Dae-hyun do to answer?
Only 4 birdies been made on this hole today. Kim Dae-hyun has birdied this hole twice out of the 3 rounds. And he's going to have to do something spectacular from there to make it 2 today.
Kim Dae-sub is putting the pressure onto his playing partner. And at the moment, Kim Dae-hyun does not have the answers. It's a difficult up and down on 13. And as each hole passes, sub's hold on this championship strengthens. Cannot discount Kang Kyung Nam playing a tremendous final round, 4 under par through 14 holes. Kim Dae-hyun only 1 over par. Wai Yang is 4 back, 3 under par for the round, along with Ryu Hun-woo and David O. Ryo Ishikawa running out of holes here on Sunday, as is No Song-yul and Choi Ho-sung. They're all at +1. Well into the back nine here on Sunday afternoon at the Kolon Korea Open. Grant Dodd and Ozzy Moore bringing you commentary from just outside Cheonan, an hour and a half south of Seoul. And this is the second shot for the man in second place, Kang Kyung Nam, on 15.
Pin only 9 on and 5 from the left. That's a good play just right of the pin. Gives himself a chance at another 3. He's making a multitude of birdies in this last round. That's what you need to do if you chase victory.
And he's very successfully left behind the mental anguish of yesterday's round, a round of 77 in the third round when leading. And I think more than anything, that has been the most impressive thing you can say about Kang Kyung Nam this week. Not an easy thing to do, Ozzy Moore, in that sort of situation.
Well, there's a couple of rounds like that that are difficult to deal with. One is shooting a high score and some bad things happen during a round, and to recover the next day and play, or even do that round and play. And the other one is here for Kim Dae-hyun, is to shoot a very low round and try and back that up. He had 66 yesterday. At that stage it was a low round of the tournament. Today he's 1 over par. That's often the case. This is his second shot on 13.
Always difficult pitching out of rough when the grass is lying against you, as it was there. difficult to make solid contact. Here is a massive moment in this championship. Kang Kyung Nam putting virtually straight up the slope. This to get to within one. Who would have thought? What a moment to leave one short.
He's been a machine this week. That would have been his 19th birdie for the tournament. So there's a couple of errant holes thrown in there with that, but that's the most birdies anyone's made in the field. Probably needs one or two more to secure that Career Open Cup.
Great distance control with the tee shot on 13 for Kim Dae-sub. First 6 to 8 feet of this putt up a slight incline. Certainly a makeable birdie opportunity.
In contrast, this will be for his 11th birdie of the event, much more consistent play. The 5th birdie of the day on this hole, and more importantly to stretch that lead.
Kim Dae-sub will stay at 5 under par and retain that two-stroke lead over Kang Kyung Nam, and then 3 from his playing partner Kim Dae-hyun, who has around 10 to 12 feet left to save his par.
Par 3, 16th, the long iron, and it want to be a long iron, 247 yards of it today. Pin 20 on, 5 from the right. This is played through the tournament as the second hardest hole on the course, averaging 3.43. Good looking swing. Today there have been no birdies on this hole whatsoever. Will this be the opportunity for the first? I doubt it from over there. At least it's fed back into the fairway, so some chance of getting it up and down.
I think he was right on the limit with that particular club. Then Aussie, you can see he went after that hard.
Long, slow takeaway with the arms. Good rotation of the shoulders. Hips a little shallow there. The right hip not quite deep enough. Now he starts to rotate out, pulling left with his lower body. Brings the left shoulder. It's a little bit high there, the left shoulder, so he had to work the arms a little bit hard through the ball, and they've rotated and sent the ball spiraling out to the left side of the green. Well, that was good contact. The club face was marginally closed at impact.
A golf swing that we'll be seeing a lot of over the next 10 to 15 years. Rio planning to play on the US PGA Tour more often. Certainly bring him into contact with larger worldwide audiences. Kim Dae-hyun needs to hold this to stay 3 back. Brilliant save. That is a quality 3 from the man who really excited everybody yesterday with his charge up the field in round 3. And he won't go away here on Sunday.
Over to the 15th. Difficult little pitch here up the hill for Choi. Coming out of the rough, all depends on the lie. Looks back at his stance. Do well to stop it quickly enough. Oh, what magnificent touch. He just doesn't leave himself in a position where he cannot make par. That's an art in this game. If you're going to miss the green, miss it in a position where you can still salvage a par. Don't risk bogey or double bogey because you try to recover from a poor shot. Looking at this 14th hole, the par 4. It goes down the hill with a tee shot. There's a lake on the left that guards this fairway. The bunker you can see up the right side there is 290 yards off the tee. Most players can almost get to that because of the elevation change. From there you play up to a green. The water is still in play all the way down the left-hand side. In your screen will be a little pine tree on the edge of that water. That's 270 yards from the tee to reach that. So that's a good guide. If the players hit it right of that, then they'll finish over the water. May not necessarily be in the fairway. The green itself tilted back towards the players. Not a lot of undulations in this green, but do not be long. It's quite a steep embankment from the back and very deep rough over the back of this green on the downslope. Ranked 13th, so there's been a number of birdies there today.
Solid, balanced follow through. Once again, Kim Dae Sub just leaking it up the right hand side, but no problem there. It's hardly put a foot wrong all day.
24 on and 7 back, on 7 from the left on this green today. So the right hand rough is not a bad position. Kim Dae-hyun, no problem with the driver getting it over that little pine tree on the left, so he's got a fair bit to aim at. The bunker is in play if he hits up the right hand side. That sounded like very good contact. Look for that fly well down the fairway and up the left hand side, airmailing that pine tree and in good position just to wedge up the hill.
That is a massive drive from Kim Dae-hyun, one of the longest hitters in Asian golf. He needs to hole a few putts now, make some birdies, because he's 3 back from Kim Dae Sub, who is 2 ahead at the moment in search for this nearly $300,000 purse here at the Kolon Korea Open. Kang Kyung Nam is still in with a chance. Ryo Ishikawa a long way back now, along with No Song-gil. As always, a very strong field in attendance here at the Kolon Korea Open for 2012. In fact, 4 players in the top 100 in the world at the start of the week, and that means there's a huge amount of world ranking points up for grab here this week. Jeong last week at the Nanshan China Masters jumped over 100 places in the world with his victory over Wei Yang in that memorable playoff. Once again emphasising just what is available on this tour for players who can achieve the greatest heights. Kim Bio, number 1 on that One Asia Order of Merit after 2 victories early in the season. And Park Sang-hyun in 2nd place.
Ishikawa on 16, the long par 3. Just go up short left. A lot of green to work with. Just a little ridge right of the pin there. You need to chase it over. Just going over it now. That's a good leave. Feeds it back towards the hole. Chance to recover with a par 3.
Of course, a huge amount of interest in Ryo Ishikawa from his home country, and this broadcast going back to Japan on the Jupiter Golf Network. And a big hello to all Japanese golf fans enjoying the One Asia action here from Korea this week.
And I must say, Grant, he's been a delight to deal with this week from a media's perspective. Always open for interviews. And a very pleasant young person to talk to.
Yes, he's an impressive man all around, no question. Kim Dae-sub, you can see the difference in distance off the tee between he and Kim Dae-hyun. 40 yards between them, but good angle of attack here for our leader.
Going up the hill, in the back left, chased it back there. He just continues to produce shot after shot under the pressure. He's not really feeling it. Maybe he is, but he's not showing it with his golf.
Yeah, he's certainly putting himself under no pressure whatsoever. Across the bottom of the screen, you'll see alphabetical scores rolling. Just keep an eye out for your favourite player. Han Chang-won having a tough week. 20 over par, the young Korean star, trying to resurrect his game after what has been a fairly disappointing year in 2012. And there's Kim Dae-sub and Kim Dae-hyun right in contention for this championship.
Now, a completely different style of shot to play in for Kim Dae-hyun. Just a short iron, looked to fly it all the way back to the pin, in opposition to his playing partner who had a low long iron and chased it back from the front of the green. Must stay under the hole here. Past the hole's a very difficult putt down the slope. Not hit many greens today.
Kim Dae-sub keeps putting Kim Dae-hyun under pressure, and at the moment the latter does not have an answer. To 16 to the 21-year-old Korean star No Song-yul. And a fine shot. Just needs to hold on, use the slope. Nicely done by No Song-yul. And we'll get Aussie Moore to take us through the slow motion of No Song-yul's swing.
So his coach has been working on him, getting it a little closer to his body, but not so far in behind. His hands are still a little overextended on the way back. Good rotation with the upper body. See the lower body's turned nicely. Left knee come back in towards the ball. You'll see it rotate out. Fires back in. And just a straight release of the right arm. There's a bit of rotation there to follow through, but the body motion really quite stable.
He's number 91 in the world at the moment, No Song-yul, but plenty of good judges predicting much bigger things for him in the years ahead.
That's why Yang plays his tee shot in the 16th par 3. I'll let you know that Ishikawa made his putt for par. Yang didn't quite fly it there, but a good shot all the same. Only needed another couple of feet to fly onto the green and chase down to the pin. Let's have a look at this golf swing from the 09 US PGA champion. Folding in the right elbow, club works up, left knee's around. Some depth with the shoulders. Good turn of the shoulders. Left arm pressure points connected, keeping down. Fires around with the left side of the body, and watch, there'll be very little rotation in the forearm. Here's how he holds on the same angle all the way through, so he's released the body to play that shot. A very effective way of playing the golf game.
One under par for the championship. It's been a flawless day so far for Wei Yang. 3 birdies and no bogeys. There's a bit of work to do there on 16 though to keep that equation intact.
Camera angle there, looking back down the green. There's a little mound there on the front left that he's cleared. He's now in a little bit of a hollow over there. The putt will come up the hill to where he's standing now, then it'll bank left to right, and it'll slow down the last half of the putt as it continues on its uphill journey. You can see his caddy pointing out a section of the green where he feels the apex of the putt is, and that's the furthest point left on this particular putt when it starts to break back to the hole. They're just discussing how much. Certainly got the read of left to right. So envisage, say, 2 to 2.5 feet of break for birdie. Currently 2 under, 3 behind the leader. Through the valley, up the hill, now starts to break. Just a little pace on it. Very good read though, all the same.
Hasn't been the fireworks we were expecting from Kim Dae-hyun today. And if you're at home watching or perhaps sitting on your computer and unable to see pictures, you can certainly watch the live feed on youtube.com/OneAsia in various parts of the world. And also come and be our friend on facebook.com/OneAsiaGolf. Lots of stories you won't hear on the broadcast on the Facebook page, and then for immediate up to the moment action and updates, twitter.com/OneAsiaGolf.
Day sub to extend that lead and really almost close the door on those challenges. Right to left. He hasn't started it far enough right. Oh, he knows it too. Well, a bit of emotion showing there. Don't know if it's the time for that. He still has a 2-shot lead. He would have dearly loved 3, but with only 4 holes to play, he's in ideal position, Grant.
Yeah, and that really was a putt that professional golfers like the look of. Inch to an inch-and-a-half break outside right edge, 10 feet uphill. Big opportunity for Kim Dae-sub, but no damage done. He stays at 2 under par for the round with a 2-stroke lead from Kang Kyung Nam. Kim Dae-hyun 3 back. And all of these players need something of a miracle to win this championship now, including Ryo Ishikawa, No Song Yul and Choi Sang-ho. Wonderful round today from Bae Sang-moon. A 6 under par round of 65 to be 4 over par for the championship. As always, a hive of activity at the Kolon Korea Open. Wonderful hospitality, a great amphitheatre around the 18th green, and plenty for families to do here, other than just watch world-class golf in action. Great to see the kids getting involved. But let's have a look at the story of the day, and there's been plenty to tell. Let's start on hole number 4. Kim Dae-hyun, after bogeying 2 and 3, needed to get something happening. And look at this for a shot. All over the flag stick on 4, sets up a very makeable birdie opportunity.
And his playing partner, Kim Dae-sub, tee shot went in the water, pitched to here. Now he's got this for a bogey after being 1 under after 3 for the day, and he makes that. What a great save that was on the front 9. Stayed at 3 under.
Huge moment in his championship. Now Kim Dae-hyun, a great answer to that chip in. That's a birdie, takes him to 2 under.
Ishikawa needed to make a charge, and coming to the par 5 8th, he'd made 2 birdies, was 2 under for the round. This to get to 3 under for the round, and back to even for the tournament.
Wai Yang needed to kickstart his round. This for birdie on 8. He knew it was in from the moment he hit it. Took him back to +1.
To the 9th, when I spoke with Ishikawa before the round, he thought if he could go out in 2 under the front 9, he might set up some sort of charge. This was to turn in 4 under for the front 9 and get him to 1 under for the tournament.
And a real sense of excitement on the golf course as Ryo Ishikawa and Wai Yang start their charges. This on 9 for birdie for Wai Yang. Holds a bomb from the front of the green. He's back to even.
Kim Dae-hyun hit an excellent shot into the first par 3, the 4th. Here is the second par 3 on the front 9. The most difficult hole on the course today, the 7th. A towering iron shot going straight at the pin as he needed to, and right beside the hole. Great iron shot that was. He had a couple of bogeys and a double on the front 9 leading up to this to go with his birdie on 4, but he came back with this putt for another birdie. Getting back to 1 under.
Choi Ho Sung doesn't know the meaning of quit. Has this on 8 for birdie. Choi Ho Sung moves into red figures.
Kim Dae-sub, short birdie on 8, the par 5. And the leader he was at 4 under through 8. Very solid play, the front 9.
The charge of Wai Yang continues on this difficult 494-yard par 4 11th. And that is one of the best shots we've seen all day from Wai Yang. Just cozies it up to 7 feet and makes no mistake, dead center with the birdie. Wai Yang to -1.
Resurgent round for Kang Kyun Nam. He made 3 birdies the front 9, back into the tournament. This is iron shot into the 10th, pin in the back left, and no need to back off, and he didn't, firing it in very close to make his 4th birdie of the round.
He's a 9-time winner on the Korean Tour, Kang Kyung Nam. He knows how to get to the line. This is 2nd on 11. And another outstanding iron shot, fading it in from left to right, setting himself up 6 feet down the slope for birdie. And all of a sudden, Kang Kyung Nam was back in contention at 3 under.
But the joint leader at the start of the day, Kim Dae-sub, he had all the answers. Went out the front 9 in 1 under 35, and on the 10th, this for birdie to increase his lead. And that's why he's out in front.
So Kang Kyung Nam, he's not done with yet. This for birdie on 14, and that's another one for the 36-hole leader, and he's at 3 under par, just 2 strokes back from the lead. The ebb and flow of this championship, quite remarkable. Sub threatening to grab it by the throat, but Kang Kyung-nam will not let him get away. Kim Dae-hyun can't be discounted at the moment. Well, birdie opportunities on the closing stretch of this championship layout, and strategy, as always, is a crucial element. Taking a look at hole number 15 at Jeong Hills Country Club, a very interesting mid-length par 4, just over 400 yards. Aussie Moore, all about club selection off this tee.
Well, as always on this golf course, you must drive it in play. This whole dog legs from left to right down the hill. Look, you can go with driver here, Grant, but if you miss the fairway, especially right, you can be obscured from the green. Hit 3-wood off the tee or rescue into play, not a problem, but along the mid-iron in, you really want wedge in here.
Well, if you do take driver off the tee, though, of course, Aussie, it does set up a very short iron and allows you to be aggressive with your second shot.
But be very careful with driver. You can run out of room on the left-hand side, finish up on the embankment with a difficult iron shot, and you could lose it down the right-hand side. So it can be rewarded with a decent tee shot here.
Okay, well, show us how to play it. Once again, not a lot of wind, perhaps just a fraction into. And that is right in the mare's office, up the left-hand side, using the bank. Will set up a very interesting approach shot.
At 408 yards and the pin in the front left today, imperative you drive it in the fairway. Kim Dae-sub going with the driver, leader by 2. A birdie here will probably put him out of reach of everyone in the field.
Yeah.
Great rotation with that left shoulder on the follow through, low and left, good ball strike. The gallery like it, he likes it, and well they should. Just going into the left hand rough. If it could peel out in the fairway, be even better, but good position off the tee.
Now, once again, another very true swing. Centre of the club face. Kim Dae-hyun displaying the fairway wood. He doesn't like it. Blocked it to the right. Much will depend upon the lie on the right-hand side of the fairway.
And really, Kim Dae-sub has played with him all day. Seen some errant tee shots and some not good iron play, but Kim Dae-hyun stayed with him all day. This is Kang on 16, the par 3. It's going left towards that mounding. It depends how it bounces. It looks to have stayed somewhere up there, so pin on the right hand side, dependent on the lie, he has some sort of possibility of getting up and down. The best miss today is left.
And Aussie, this would have been a shot that sets up nicely to his mind. He likes to play the ball left to right. What happened here?
Well, there's very little rotation with the right hip. You see it's very shallow. It's facing towards us. So he's got nowhere to turn on the way down. So you'll see him push towards the target and he can't turn and hold his balance. So the right hip comes out towards us. It creates no room for the club to swing in. Stands up with his head. And obviously he's caught it heavy with the shot. As the club rotates with the forearm, it's gone left. In a nutshell, really poor posture through the ball there, if anything. And he's made a number of good swings today, but you can't be perfect all the time in this game.
Well, he will have plenty of work to do there to save his par and to stay within 2. Fairly level stance for Kim Dae-hyun, and just a wedge so he can attack.
Difficult to see where that finished, but if it's bounced off the left side, that's a steep embankment and it'll run down into that long strawy grass. It's not the place to be when you're chasing down the leader. Kim Dae-sub now can knock a shot in close here. He can repel this challenge by his playing partner, and really only Kang Kyung-nam out on the golf course will have a chance to catch him.
The next 10 minutes, you feel absolutely crucial in this championship. Birdie for Kim Dae-sub. every post a winner. As we said, a birdie for Kim Dae-sub here and a bogey for Kang Kyung Nam, and he will have this championship by the throat.
Wai Yang is still in the mix. But the 17th hole has been one of the toughest all week. Must drive it in play. He hit a poor drive here yesterday. Today, a much better correction to driving it in the fairway. But at 488 yards, this is one of the tougher holes on the golf course. So a birdie, a real challenge.
And big gallery starting to gather on these closing holes at Jeong Hills. By the time this final group gets to the 18th hole, to that wonderful amphitheatre and huge grandstand, it will really be a wonderful atmosphere.
Well, Kang Kyung Nam left to this 16th green. It'll be on a little bit of an upslope. He'll be standing above the ball, just depending on the lie, how it rolls. Look for him to lob it just on the green and run it out. He's thrown it high, chasing it down to the pin. It's right where Ishikawa was, so it's not a guarantee, but a very good position to make a three.
You do feel that Kim Dae-hoon needed to err on the side of caution with that shot. And that camera angle really tells you about what he's faced with. Very difficult lie, steep slope, very little green to work with. He has a magnificent short game, this man. Oh, he makes the difficult look fundamental.
Choi Ho Sung across the green on 17th, sorry. Ishikawa, same coloured hat. Goes down the hill and breaks to the right now. Difficult pin position there on the downslope as they play the hole. Ishikawa to the right of the pin.
Huge putt for Kim Dae-sub. This for birdie to get to 6 under. It wasn't a poor putt, just speed that killed it at the death, but that's an opportunity gone by.
I think the biggest struggle for Kim Dae-sub now is to keep his emotions intact. He's been very excited over the last 2 or 3 putts he's hit. There's still 3 holes to play, and they're very difficult holes. He needs to concentrate on the work in front of him rather than reliving exactly what he's done on the course the previous few holes.
It's been 11 years since he won his National Open. He was an amateur back then. This will be his first victory as a professional. And coming off nearly 2 years in national service in Korea, he's been out of the game for such a long time. And yet he's come back and just acquitting himself with such great honour. Talking about big moments in the championship.
Well, this is his closest challenger, 2 behind. He needs this to stay within 2, giving him a 3-shot lead with 3 to play. If he misses this, the putt will work from right to left. Depending on the pace, do you give the hole up or not? He's hit it straight. It's broken. Well, bogey there, and the lead increases.
Well, there you have it. Kim Dae-sub now holds a 3-stroke lead with 3 holes to play in the Kolon Korea Open for 2012. And you do feel the 16th hole will be crucial to the outcome. If Kim Dae-sub can make par on 16, this very difficult par 3, the championship might almost to be his. He leads by 3 from Kang Kyung Nam, Kim Dae Hyun, 4 from Ruhon Woo and Ye Yang. We'll be back with closing stages very soon. Just 3 holes to play for our final group this afternoon at the Kolon Korea Open. Well, Jeong Hills has shown the field little respite this week. That theme continuing in the closing holes of the back 9. We're talking strategy at Jeong Hills Country Club, and we're on the 16th hole in Aussie Moor. It is a par 3 of 248 yards. They're not getting any easier on this 9.
Well, this is an absolute brute. It's really a 3-wood or even a rescue for most of the field just to carry it to the green. And not only that, right of the green is a bunker down below the level of the putting surface. Left is some slope and long rough, almost impossible to get it close to the pin from there.
And even in a professional tournament with a quality field like it is this week, we're talking maybe only 50 to 60% of the field is going to hit this green. Where don't you want to hit it?
Well, I think the place to miss it, if you're not hitting on the surface, to hit it a little bit long. But where you don't want to go is up on that hill and that slope on the left-hand side, because you could get a lie poor enough there not even to get on the putting surface with your second.
All right, well, let's see you knock this on the green. As we said, 248 yards. It's going to be a hard rescue for Aussie. High ball up the right-hand side. It'll be a challenging up and down. Well, I've changed my assessment back to about 25% of the field hitting this green. This has been a monster.
On the tee, Kim Dae Sub. 3 days here, he's made par. Will this hole get revenge? Well, we'll see. Looks to finish in the right-hand bunker.
And so much will depend upon just what lie he's able to draw in that bunker. Kim Dae Hyun with the hybrid. He's played this hole in 2 over par. Cannot afford another bogey. Outstanding shot. Anywhere on this putting surface. It's a great shot, and you can see calling up late in this final round on this par 3.
To the 18th tee, Ryu Ishikawa. They drive up a hill to the top of a fairway and then play across the lake to the green on this par 5 second if they drive it well enough. Quite a narrow fairway, out of bounds up the right. But that's in good position, and from there, probably in long enough down there to have a go for the green in 2.
Yes, he'll definitely be able to reach the green in 2 from there. Over to 17. Wei Yang to try to get one closer to Kim Dae-sub. He's just left himself a little too much work to do here in search of his 3rd Kolon Korea Open. There you see 4 back from Kim Dae-sub. And have to think that the only players who have a chance of winning this championship now are on the first page of that leaderboard.
Ishikawa with Metalwood across the lake. The green has a bank at the back right, the pin in the back left. You can use that bank, you can feed it back round to the pin. It's got back there. Will it come back down? No, it's hung out there and caught in the rough. And that's a difficult little shot. You've got a big mound here right at the pin as he plays his 3rd there. Good effort to have a go into.
He will have a difficult 3rd shot. And we were fortunate earlier in the week to get some time with Ryo Ishikawa, and Aussie War caught up with him on the 18th green.
Well, this is Tools of the Trade with Ryo Ishikawa. Let's take a look at his bag. He carries 2-iron, cavity clubs, 2-iron right through to, let's say, 6-iron, 7-iron, 5-iron, right down to the lower irons, 8-iron, 9-iron, right down to the pitching wedge. So they're all very much the same sort of heads. The shafts we've got in there, dynamic gold shafts, very solid shaft to play with, very common shaft, very popular shaft. It's got 52 and a 60 degree, or 59 degrees. That's a little unusual. Okay, Rio 1, obviously number 1 player, Ichiban player. Okay, we've got a Yonex driver. Yonex driver here. It's got 9 degrees of loft on it. Some weighting in the back. The shaft itself, graphite design shaft. Very good solid shaft. Now Rio, you've got a couple of fairway woods there. What I want to ask you about is this 0-iron. You've got a 0-iron here.
Yeah, this is for the especially windy condition, like British Open, and this is 16 degree.
Wow.
So just low one.
And this is a little unusual. This little lump on the heel of the club. Do you know what that's for?
Yeah, sometimes this is this is too low balls. So sometimes I push it out. So
yes.
This is for the great club rotation.
Stop it rotating.
Yeah.
Okay, great. How long have you had that in your bag?
This is it's been 2 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it's your favourite.
Yeah.
How far do you hit that?
I'm gonna hit this club to 50 yards.
Okay. Well, that's good distance. Thank you so much. Tools of the Trade with Ryo Ishikawa. Thank you very much, Rio.
You're welcome. Thank you.
And has greeted every request for his time this week with a smile. Haven't seen him say no to anybody. This looks like a very good lie. It's close enough to the face for Kim Dae-sub just to play a little splash shot and let it roll up to the whole location. Just magnificent. He plays the game his own way, but he's very much his own man, and he just doesn't seem to get flustered in any situation.
Ishikawa on 18. He's had 5 birdies today, and here he is on the closing hole, the par 5, with his 3rd shot just from the greenside fringe, so it's a big swing for short distance. And what he's done is he's taking all the mounding out of play on that hole. He's hit a little bit heavy, and it's rolled down that embankment. If he had a chip and run that, he would have aimed maybe 12 or 15 feet above the hole and let it break down. So the plan was a good one, the execution just not quite there.
Must have been a particularly poor lie for him to choose that shot.
Remembering, Grant, on this par 3, the 16th, there have been no birdies today. So it's a difficult pin to get at. This is probably the best tee shot of the day, certainly the best we've seen. And you've got a putt here that will break from right to left as it finishes. It's a little bit straight to start with.
Kim Dae-hyun knows what he needs to do. He must make birdies. This to get to 3 under. That's surprising. The wind has just gone out of Kim Dae-hyun's sails. He's been put under relentless pressure from Kim Dae-sub. He just keeps making solid swing after solid swing. Only one blemish on his card today, a bogey 4 on the 4th hole. Other than that, it has been an exemplary round of golf.
Kim Dae-sub, this short putt for par to remain with the 3-shot lead. And surely that'd be enough with 2 holes to play, barring a disaster. Certainly there's the opportunity to make eagle up 18. Highly unlikely, seeing there's been none there today. This is by no means a gimme. Only 3 foot in length. Looking to putt it left centre. Try and move a little bit to his right. Let's see what he can do.
Beautifully done. And at this stage on Sunday afternoon, the hole just starts to look a little smaller.
One that can really challenge him on the 17th now. Kang Nam, his second shot, pin in the left side. There's a mound in the front section of the green. Can land it just short of that and chase it over it and run it down. Well, that's good. At the back of this green, it'll go up, and it should probably feed a little bit back down towards the pin. There's an embankment there. He's been a little unfortunate, stayed there, and he knows it. Goes another 2 or 3 feet up there to roll back a good 8 feet towards the hole.
Ryo Ishikawa cannot win this championship, but it will be a top 10. This for birdie to get back to even par. Well, it's not to be, but he's impressed everybody this week. He's played some fine golf, and Ryo Ishikawa leaves Korea after the 55th Kolon Korea Open with more fans than he started with.
And that front 9 today going out in 4 under to get to 1 under for the tournament. Really thought something special may happen on the back 9. Unfortunately, it didn't unfold. Speaking of unfolding, this for birdie, 3 behind. Any chance to catch the leader? He needs to make this putt. Goes down the hill and then back up to the pin at the last minute. Pace is decent. How's the line? That's a good effort. Kim Dae-sub now still with a 3-shot lead with 2 to play. Kang can make a birdie up the last, maybe an eagle to put some pressure on him, but really the tournament is in his grasp.
Wai Yang coming from the left rough on 18 and going for the green. Oh, and a little unlucky. Just another 2 feet of carry was all that was needed there. He should be in that front bunker.
Lee Sang-hee from the front right-hand corner of 17. Wow, what a putt this is. It goes up for about 3/4 of the putt, 2/3 of the putt. Then it goes downhill and breaks from left to right. It's a very difficult green, this, at the end of a 488-yard par 4. Here it comes to the top of the slope. Now it'll race down here. Well, gave it a little bit too much respect. And now left with an awkward putt for 4.
He's a very solid up-and-coming player, Lee Sang-hee. 5th on the Korean Tour money list this year. He's won the KPGA Championship, 5th in the Maekyung Open, 2nd in the Volvic Hildesheim Open, and a name to pencil in to watch for the future. Barely 20 years of age and already 2 professional wins to his credit.
Wei Yang in the bunker on 18, left side greenside bunker, and he is some 10 feet below the surface of the green. He can't see the pin from down here. 30 yards to the pin. Splashes it up. It'll roll a little left to right. Stop very quickly on him. So still 15 feet left for his birdie. He thought he'd get better than that. He thought it may have rolled it out to inside 5 feet.
Yeah, he was trying to play one of those bunker shots. He'd just catch a fraction heavy that land and run. An outside opportunity for birdie. Ken Kung Nam made double bogey here yesterday. Hit it out of bounds to the right. Well, no such problems today. It's a long drive straight down the middle, and Ken Kung Nam will be able to reach this green for 2. And well, if he could make an eagle on this final hole, wouldn't that put the cat amongst the pigeons? Crowds building at this 18th green amphitheatre. Wonderful finishing hole, and that's No Song Yul, the 21-year-old Korean who's just finishing off his tournament, and he plays very well here at Jeong Hills Country Club. And it's just going to fall a little short again in 2012.
Started the day at 2 over par. He's got it 2 under for this current round. And he said earlier when I talked to him, this is the first competition round this year he's played with Wei Yang, and yet they play practice rounds almost every week together on the US Tour, so he would have been very comfortable going out there today. And between the 2 of them, they've only had 1 bogey on the card, so that's exemplary golf. They've had 6 birdies between them, 3 apiece. He's here on the par 5 18th with a little approach shot from off the left side of the back of the green, which is a pretty good angle to go at this pin. It will work left to right as it dies. Don't want to miss this green on the right-hand side today because the pin is tucked a little bit on that side, just below a fairly steep knoll in the green. He could putt this, he could chip it. Depends on how it's lying. He has missed the green in regulation. He looks to have, say, an 8 iron out. He's just going to bump and run it just to clear that little bit of fringe. Don't put any spin on it and let it chase across the green, and basically the last half of this shot will roll like a putt.
This for birdie for No Song Yul to finish with a round of 68. Not to be a par 5 to finish a 4th round of 2 under par 69 for the man ranked 91 in the world.
Caddy Mike just takes the flag away, and he finishes a very solid round of golf and continues to impress around this difficult golf club here at Jeong Hills. Maybe a little tussle going on between these two for leader of the day after Jeong surrendered this tournament to Wei Yang of years ago. And I think Yang's got the better of him. He has 2 putts here to finish, a shot in front of him at the end of the tournament. They Both started the day at +2. This to take Wei Yang into a tie for second at 2 under par.
What a way to finish. Still with a spring in his step. Well, currently tied for second and receiving the acclamations of his playing partner. Of course, Wei Yang has become something of a mentor for No Song Yul in 2012 since the young man has moved to the PGA Tour. And they've had a ding-dong battle here in round 4 at the Korea Open. Well, he'd have to be pleased with his form, Wei Yang. A playoff loss last week on One Asia at the Nanshan China Masters, and at the moment in second place in his National Open.
And you've got to think he's some sort of outside chance maybe being in a playoff again this week. Only one player in front of him. And here he is on the 17th tee, Kim Dae-sub. Only really needs to miss the fairway bunker up the left-hand side, and looks to be going a little left. 283 to carry it. We've seen it bounce short. Not sure if it's in the sand or in the grass there, but it'll be a long second shot to this par 4 of 488 yards.
So it's not over yet. And this man can certainly have a say in it.
Looks to be going right. Take Wei Yang out of the equation with a birdie here. That's well short and right of the green. Gives him a difficult angle at the pin as well because it's on the right-hand side.
He looked to be laying up there, Ozzy, just with the hybrid. I don't think he was going for the green in 2. So an interesting club selection. Kim Dae-hyun needs to finish at least birdie. Right down the middle, and Kim Dae-hyun will head over to the US in coming weeks to attend the US PGA qualifying school, and we wish him well. He certainly has the ability to play on the biggest tour in the world. If he doesn't make it through there, we'll likely see him down in Australia in December for the final 2 events of the One Asia season, the Australian Open at the Lakes Golf Club, followed by the Australian PGA Championship at the Palmer Resort on the Sunshine Coast in Queensland. 2 wonderful events to close out what has been a spectacular season on the One Asia Tour in 2012. And still some action to come here today at the Kolon Korea Open. Kim Dae-sub has a 3-stroke lead with 2 holes to play. Kang Kyung-nam and Kim Dae-hyun still a chance. closing stages of the Kolon Korea Open, and it's come down to this. These players going head-to-head. Jeong, the 2009 US PGA champion. He's closed out his tournament with a 2 under par total.
Currently out on the golf course at 2 under with a perfect drive up 17, Kim Dae-hyun. He's certainly in a chance, but he needs to make birdie on 17 to put pressure on that leader. Great ball striking, many birdies.
Kang Kyung-nam, he's playing 18. He's laid up in a good position. He has a chance to make birdie and to chase down this man, Kim Dae-sub.
Kim Dae-sub, errant tee shot off 17. 2 pars will secure the tournament, maybe even a par and a bogey. Will win him the Korea Open.
Kim Dae-sub playing 17. And we get to see his ball position after that tee shot. We do believe him to be in some difficulty.
Kang Kyung-nam up on the right-hand side in the first cut of rough. Not all that thick up there. The difficult thing about this shot is the pin is in the back right, and as it rolls on the green, it will roll a lot from right to left. So he really needs to stop it as quickly as possible. It's pitched nicely well. Stop it, he did. It's like a chewing gum on it. Just stayed right on the spot. Not an easy putt though. Fair bit of break from right to left in that.
And that would have surprised him. That didn't release out of that lie and perhaps roll a little further, maybe just down the slope, leaving him more of an uphill putt.
Kim Dae-sub looks to have missed the fairway bunker, but God, not a very nice lie at all. He's standing above the ball. So when you do this, you must get your chest over the ball first and then flex your knees. Otherwise, it's very difficult to make decent contact with it. It should pop out to the right. That's if he can make decent contact with this club. Second shot on 17, the leader by 3.
Interesting choice of club too, playing the hybrid. Oh, look at this. That is a class shot.
For my liking, Grant, he said shot after shot, but that one in the situation out of a poor lie and difficult stance, that's an excellent play.
That's an outstanding shot under the circumstances. Can Kim Dae-hyun answer? Only 7 of 16 greens in regulation today. Oh, brilliant shot. So this tournament not over by any stretch of the imagination. A birdie putt there for Kim Dae-hyun would take him to 3 under par and just 2 back with the par 5 18th still to play.
Speaking of the par 5 18th, this for birdie, 2 under. Kang Kyung-nam at this stage. This will be some putt to make. 2 to 2.5 feet of break from right to left, and slightly uphill. Well, he's provided us with some exciting golf this week, and he will finish after being 36-hole leader at 2 under par. In a tie with Jeong, and the leading group on the 17th green, the only players that are with him or in front of him. So at the worst, he'll finish tied for 3rd, maybe even better, depending on the results here back on 17 green.
So he will rue 2 holes in Saturday's round, both the 18th and the 9th. He made a triple bogey and a double bogey. That may be the difference of his championship. Kim Dae-sub, interestingly, choosing to chip this from the back fringe. And once again, just immaculate touch. Keeps leaving himself tap-ins for par. And you can only only imagine, Aussie Moore, that this, should he win in around 15 minutes' time, will be a very emotional moment for the two-time champion.
Well, he's rode his emotions on his sleeve the last 5 or 6 holes, and his playing partner's the only one that can really pressure him now. Kim Dae-hyun 2 under with a birdie putt to come on 17. The others on 2 under have finished, so if he doesn't make this, Kim Dae-sub will have a 3-shot lead going into the last hole. Surely enough for victory. Make this birdie, and definitely changes. Well, disappointment. And I think now that Kim Dae-sub has got this tournament in his grasp, just a tee shot in play up the last, and a par 5 will be good enough.
Aussie, how does he play 18? Does he hit a rescue off the tee? Does he leave the driver in the bag? I'll talk about that when we come back from the break. With just one hole to play, and Kim Dae-sub, after what has been a mesmerising performance, great grit, great control, and superb course management from the two-time champion. He leads by 3. Wai Gang is in the clubhouse after a 4 under par round of 67. Kang Kyung Nam made 3 under par 68. Kim Dae-hyun with 1 hole to play can break that deadlock in second place with a birdie up the last. Fine round from David O, a 3 under par 68. And Ryo Ishikawa with a 2 under par 69. Bae Sang Moon, a 6 under par 65. The 72nd hole of the 55th Kolon Korea Open yet to be played. And, well, Aussie Moore, driver.
He's played the hole 1 under so far this week, 5 under for the par 5s. Anywhere up the fairway, nothing right, and the tournament is his, and that's absolutely perfect. Couldn't go and place it any better than that.
This has just been a nerveless performance. With a 3-shot lead, you thought he may go back to a rescue, just keep it in play, but pulls out the driver and stripes it straight down the middle.
Hyun has made 3 birdies here. What he'd give for an eagle right now. Has the length, must hit it in play. He loves the ball flight, so look for this a long way up. That it is. That'll certainly be able to reach the green in 2. Would have been better on the fairway, but still in good position. The leading group leaves the last green. As we look at this from an interesting angle, you'll notice here the posture stays over with the spine. The left shoulder rotates down. That spine angle is maintained. Watch for the left knee to come round towards us. The left hip pull away from us. Keeps that spine over the ball, and the right arm unfolds and releases through the shot. Finishing weight back in his left heel.
Interesting to see his front foot sliding backwards and also to the left, a la Tiger Woods early in his career.
Kim Dae-sub going down with the left shoulder. You'll see he increases that spine angle as he gets over the golf ball. The good thing about this is he can maintain that angle on the way down. Rotation, the right hip comes out a little, which squares the club face up for him, and up into a follow through.
The second shot into 18 offers a number of opportunities. The 18th at Jeong Hills is an unusual finishing hole because it's a par 5 and it does introduce the concept of risk and reward. And Aussie Moore, players have to avoid the out of bounds up the right hand side. It's not very good up the left either. But once you put your ball into position here, you have to make a decision about just how aggressively you're going to play your second shot.
Well, I think the thing is you've taken the opportunity off the tee to have a go at the hole. You've driven it in play, and you're now in position 250, 260 yards out. You really should be having a go if you've got a decent lie.
So 260, you've hit your ball in the right-hand rough here. It's a pretty good lie, but now you have to talk about club selection. Do you play very aggressively and go with a 3-wood, or even more aggressively and go with a driver?
Well, a lot of it depends on pin position, depends on where you are in the tournament. If you're leading, if you've got a shot lead down here, you just play conservatively and make a 5. But if you need to make an eagle here to get into a playoff, then you pull the fairway wood or even the driver and have a go.
All right, well, let's see you attack this shot. As I said, a decent lie. Aussie's got the driver in hand. Good looking shot. Ripped it up the right-hand side. That'll be in good position for your third. Don't see Kim Dae-sub pulling out the driver here and taking a swipe at the green. He does look to have a hybrid or a rescue club in hand. He'll aim this up the right-hand side and just put himself into good position for his third.
The only thing he needs to avoid here is there is a hazard on the right-hand side from where he is, about 190 yards to carry it over that, and that's if he goes a little too far right. He'll be aiming at the fairway bunkers up in the hillside there on the right-hand side. The lake completely out of play, and that'll leave him just a full wedge shot or maybe even a gap wedge to that pin. Not a difficult shot, but in this circumstance, fraught with danger.
And just to the right of the screen, he'll be able to see Kim Dae-hyun down in the right-hand rough, a good 50 yards further down the fairway. And in the back of his mind, he'll know that Kim Dae-hyun is a chance of making almost certainly birdie, but possibly eagle. And you can see just how nervous our leader is, even with this 3-stroke lead.
And you can kind of see that coming. He's been showing a lot of emotion the last 4 or 5 holes. As you say, it's a long time since victories, going back 10 or 11 years, and he won this twice as an amateur at a very young age. Been a while since he's been in such a position in such an important national open. Once he's played this shot and it's in play, he's really secured victory, and he knows that. This is his most important shot of the day so far. Looks to have caught it nicely. His caddy said good shot, so look for this in the fairway, and it is. Well, it's his tournament for the taking now.
There's another flawless shot, perhaps a little more aggressive than he needed to be. But he's leading by 3 and adjacent to the 18th green for 2. Have a pitch up the green and a gilt-edged opportunity to make birdie to get to 6 under to put this championship to bed.
And it's a big win here because the prize money in this event is a little different breakdown to usual. The winner here gets around 280,000, and the runner-up is just a little less than 100,000 in US dollars. Looking there at the massive difference between first and second. Of course, those three that are in a tie for second now, if Kim Dae-hyun can make birdie here, he'll jump out and get that second position in solo. Prize money goes all the way down to 55th position. So the share of basically $1 million in prize money between all the players in this field, but the heavy part of the prize money is at the top where you would expect it to be. And you're viewing what will be the winner of the Kolon Korea Open for 2012. Just a formality and knock it on the green and make 5, unless of course there's an albatross here.
And with this win, should it happen, Kim Dae-sub will move into second place on the Korean Tour money list. Just 3 months after coming out of national service. He's been out of the game for the best part of 2 years. Just underlining what a talent this man is.
The best day for Park Hyun-bin. Started the day 1 over. He's carded a number of bogeys, but this birdie on the last will leave a better taste in his mouth. A round of 77 for today, finishing at +7 for the tournament in a tie for 20th.
So it hasn't been the greatest day for the 46-year-old Korean veteran Kang Wook-soon. I get the feeling he's just biding his time until the Seniors Tour. This is for bogey. And will be a bogey 6 for Kang Wook-soon, a closing round of 77. An outward 9 of 40, unfortunately. What a great player he's been over the years. Asian Tour money list winner back in the 90s on 2 occasions. And just a great competitor every time he tees it up.
There's what faces Kim Dae-hyun over the lake. Bunker, steep embankment, the pin hidden just behind that. There is the opportunity to run it off a mound on the back right of the section of this green and get it in close to the hole if you take it slightly right of the pin. So the first priority is to carry the water in the bunker and get it to the putting surface.
The advantage that Kim Dae-hyun does have is that he can bring the ball in from a great height. He needs that here. Outside chance of perhaps pitching in for eagle. You certainly can't discount that from happening. Kim Dae-hyun has a wonderful short game, so we cannot give the trophy as yet to Kim Dae-sub. But if the fat lady isn't singing, she's certainly doing some vocal exercises. Leads by 3. Playing the final hole.
He simply needs to secure a par 5 here for victory. He's looking at his third shot. Just a shot of 88 yards. Pin on 24. Really want to leave it just short and left of the pin here for a simple 2-putt up the hill. No heroics. He's been good with these shots all day. A little bit long, but safely on.
Yeah, another smart play. Left himself underneath the hole. Certainly an easier putt from that position on the green. Well, almost a victory march for Kim Dae-sub. Just a couple of strokes to play in this Kolon Korea Open of 2012. Kang Kyung Nam's finished. Kim Dae Hyun still out there on course. We'll be back with closing stages in just a moment. We're on the final green with the final group at the Kolon Korea Open for 2012. This is Kim Dae Hyun, and he very simply must hold this for there to be even an outside opportunity for him to win this championship. So not to be, but that will still be an important putt for Kim Dae Hyun to jump out of the log jam in second place.
Well, some emotions here. He's been on the edge for the last 6-7 holes of this round. You see him hand high-fiving his caddy on the way up 18 after each shot. Not once he got on the green, but the tee shot, second shot. Now giving himself a little high five on the hip. And what he's trying to do is say, keep your emotions intact, stay with this just for another couple of minutes, and this National Open is yours. Twice winner as an amateur. Now the biggest purse of his life, and his national championship.
Yet another outstanding putt with perfect holding speed.
Doing the right thing here, just marking. You've got to remember he's now moving the marker out of the way as we have a look at this putt. Good pace, keeps it above the hole, which is what you want to do. You don't want it to slide away to the left. Had 3 putts for victory, was trying to make it to win the tournament, but put it in an ideal position. He will be the victor of the Kolon Korea Open for 2012. And the reason he marks is, one, it's always traditional for the winner to have last part if possible, but two, if he finishes out and the crowd acknowledge, applaud and go into raptures about his victory, then his playing partner still has to make this a very important part for birdie, Kim Dae-hyun, to finish outright second, currently in a three-way tie. Must give the hole up, right to left, up the hill.
And a lot of money riding this putt for Kim Dae-hyun. Beautifully holed. So that continues the resurgence of Kim Dae-hyun in 2012. A very rough start to the season on the One Asia Tour, but he's coming good at the right end, and he will also make his way to US Tour School next week. But this for the championship for Kim Dae-sub, who joins another of the great names in the world of golf, Orville Moody, also a three-time winner of the Korea Open. An amazing career already for this man. He won at the age of 16. Won it again 3 years later as an amateur, then turned pro. Has had an outstanding professional career on the Korean Tour. And you can see the tears just rolling down his face as the emotion of the moment gets to him. And incredibly, just a few months after coming back from national service, he's been out of the game for the best part of 2 years, and has come back to the professional game and has already won twice in 2012, including perhaps the most prestigious championship in Korea, the Kolon Korea Open.
And this is what you want for victory. Just a simple downhill putt and just keeping the emotions intact one last time, and you can see the joy, the relief. He's known for 9 holes he's been in the lead, and he stayed there the entire way. He fought off any challenges with some magnificent shot making, and the tournament is his.
Kim Dae-sub, a 2-stroke victor over Kim Dae-hyun, both playing in the final group, and they have entertained us royally over the last 2 days. Wei Yang, the great Korean champion, back at 2 under par. And let's take a look at the highlights of Kim Dae-sub's championship. And perhaps this was the most crucial shot of this final round. His 4th shot after going into the hazard off the tee, then pitching into the rough. He holed it for bogey on number 4. That took him back to 3 under par.
He then steadied his round going up to the par 5 8th. He had this short putt for birdie. He was 3 under, and that got him back to 4 under and in the lead.
Then on number 10, after the perfect drive, it's from the left side of the fairway. Just such wonderful control with his irons all day, and left himself makeable birdie putts from the correct side of the hole. And made no mistake on 10. That took him to 5 under.
And at the strong par 4 11th, 494 yards, just off the front right of the green in 2. Difficult to judge the pace up here. It goes uphill and breaks a little left to right as it finishes. But as he did all of the back 9, his touch was immaculate. So he misses a birdie there, but takes his par to stay at 5 under and 2 shots in the lead at that stage.
His long-range putting was impeccable. Hit himself past the hole on 12. Long downhill putt. And once again rolled it stone dead, just a tap in from less than a foot for Kim Dae-sub to stay at 5 under.
He played solidly from there round to 15, where he hit a beautiful iron shot into here felt that if he made this putt, he would secure the tournament right there and then. He made a good stroke at it for birdie. It looked like it was going in, and unfortunately the body language didn't get it there for him. Very emotional at this stage, still at 5 under.
Here was another crucial moment in the afternoon. Short-sided himself in the right bunker on a 250-yard par 3, 16th. Showed exquisite touch.
It may have looked simple from there. He was carrying a 3-shot lead into the 18th just for par and victory. The Kim Dae Sub in the 2012 Korea Kolon Open.
And you can just see what it means to him. His compatriots showering him. Perhaps not quite in champagne yet, but there'll almost certainly be some a little later on tonight. And well deserved for Kim Dae Sub, who has reignited his professional career in fine fashion here this afternoon. And there you see it, a 2 under par round of 69. A 2-stroke victor over Kim Dae-hyun, 3 from Wei Yang and Kang Kyung Nam, and 4 back to Ru Hun Woo. No Song Yul, also a fine week, just 5 back with a 2 under par round of 69 on Sunday. And there the Japanese superstar Ryo Ishikawa, such a welcome addition to the field this week on the One Asia Tour for the Kolon Korea Open. Don't forget about Bae Sang Moon, 6 under par round of 65. And there, that wonderful trophy that Kim Dae Sub will be raising above his head in just a few moments' time. Well, it's been a wonderful week here in Korea. On behalf of producer John Evans and my co-commentator Ozzy Moore, we look forward to your company when One Asia moves to Australia for the Australian Open and Australian PGA Championships in December. Look forward to seeing you then. And so it's good afternoon from the Kolon Korea Open from the One Asia Tour.